What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and goes reporting for duty here. Going to talk to Gilbert Burns, one of the top welterweights in the UFC. Has no fight booked yet, but there's a lot of names out there. This guy's a popular fighter. He's a vet. He's highly ranked. He's fought for the title. So a lot of people want a piece of him. How you doing, Gilbert? What's new, man?
Doing great, doing great. Cannot wait to be back. Yeah, a lot of call outs, so looking forward to what's next.
Yeah. So one thing we can do is eliminate some names. I think the worst kept secret was that Leon Edwards was going to fight Bilal Muhammad at some point, but they made it official today. So we know they're booked. No one's injured. The fight's set for UFC 304.
Yeah.
And then we know Joaquin Buckley called you out. I watched your show, Show Me the Money. It was a very fun show with you and Maddie Betts, professional gambler, and Hanato Moicano. So you said you would fight him, right? Have you heard anything since you guys put that episode out in regards to that, in regards to Joaquin Buckley?
I didn't hear enough yet from the UFC. I had a little injuries that I still like taking care of. I just talked to the UFC yesterday, and I said I'll be ready to go by middle to end of August. So like August 24, that will be a good day for me. So that's where we at with the UFC now. But I have no names, but I have a couple guys that been asking for to fight me as Buckley was super loud. Sean Brady, Joff New, maybe one more. But I think that's it. So I think I'm one of those three guys. You know, Colby is always an option, but we'll see. I still didn't hear anything, and I'm not like my goal right now is to get clear from those little injuries that I have, and be back on training ASAP. You know, so I'm training not the way I want it. I'm still not sparring. I'm still not doing a couple things. We're still limited with a couple injuries, but I guess let's say in 3 more weeks, I think it'll be clear to be back on a full training
So you could fight by August, not
by
cleared to
August.
fight in August or cleared to train in August. You could fight by August.
I can fight by August. I
Okay.
cannot. That's why I think I'll be clear to train full training by June, second week of June. So it's gonna be very hard to fight in July. You know, like to just have 1 month of full training camp is not much. But I think it end of August will be ideal for me. Then I'm gonna have a full training camp, a full training, so you really can get in a great shape and put a couple new tools. So that's why I'm targeting August. It will be a great day, end of August.
Which one of those names? Those are all big names.
Uh,
Which one of those names do you want the most?
I like I said, I don't care. I'm not. I come from two losses. You know, I lost to Bilal Muhammad, then I got the last loss for Jack Madalena. So right now, I'm not in a place that I want to pick and choose and do something. I know I need to put a lot of work to earn another title shot. So I'll try to get on my the way I see. I like Buckley, I like Geoff New, and I like Sean Brady a lot. I'll go as ranking wise. You know, who is the highest ranked opponent that was the one that I would pick, but I don't care. Whoever the UFC sends to me, I'll just usually my deal with the UFC, I just send a date. Hey, I'll be ready on that date. They send a name, I sign it. Simple as that.
I thought for sure you would say Colby. Again, I watched that show and you said, "Hey, I don't hate him like other people do. There's a few things he says or does that you agree with, but either way, for some reason out of those four, I thought you would say Colby."
I like Kobe too. I like that fight too. I always want to make that fight, but it's just too complicated, you know, too much of a drama for me. The guy says that we saw the whole drama with Ian Gary. I'm hearing that Ian Gary might fight MVP now. So that was the fight supposed to be a done deal. You know, those guys were kind of attacking each other, back and forth with each other. So and that fight didn't happen. So I'm not chasing that fight. You know, if that fight happened, if like again if they offer, I'm gonna say yes. But that's one that I'm not chasing because I know it's a lot of drama, not easy to get this guy to sign a deal. So I would love that fight, but I'm not chasing that fight. You know.
Okay, so to clarify, when you say drama, you just mean it's hard to pin them down and get a date down for you to fight.
Yes.
You're not talking about the drama where he likes to get personal and insult the
No.
family. Then not you're not talking about that.
No, he can say whatever he wants. I don't really care about it. I don't like whenever I'm talking about a fighter, a professional fighter in front of me that we fighting, that we have a date and everything. I don't care so much of this guy's opinion. He can say whatever he wants. He can say he's going to beat me. He's not much that he's going to say that's going to affect me, but I think it's going to be a lot of drama to get the fight done. To get this
Yeah.
guy literally to sign the fight. The other drummer, I kind of like it when he talks, he go crazy. I have fun. I know it's not real. I know it's just a character. He's going crazy, making all the headlines. But no, I think it's a drummer to get this guy to sign a contract. Then let me get the other guys. These are easy fight. I'm just gonna sign it. We're gonna get the fight done quicker.
Gilbert, so one thing that kind of caught me off guard a little bit was, and I understand why you said it though. You said you're coming off of two losses that you don't feel like you're in the position where you can be asking for names. But Gilbert, the fans love to see you fight. You've been fighting for a while, and I feel like you have this high credit score with the UFC where despite having two losses, I still feel like you have enough pull to do that type of thing. Was that something that was told to you, or is that just kind of how you feel?
It's just how I feel. I know I'm a fan favorite. I know those guys like to see me fighting. They know they're into a trap when I'm fighting. But that's how it has been my whole life, my whole career. I'm going through ups and downs, and I'm not picking. I'm not making. Oh, I want these guys for sure. I want the highest number opponent I can have. But I'm on a point to myself that I'm not here to celebrate and to pick so much. So I have a lot of work to do. That's the way I see what's next. So I understand what you're saying. I agree, but it's still like. Uh, I'm not in a position, So I know my value. I know the fans like it. I know the UFC like it, but I got a chip on my shoulder now. Two losses. That's the only time in my career that I got two losses back to back. So I have a lot of work to do.
The chip on your shoulder that you're talking about, sometimes we'll have fighters say, I lost a couple in a row. I need to go back and change a lot of things. And then some fighters will say, just a couple turning screws here and there, and I'm going to be good. For you, what do you feel like needs to change for you? What would be the biggest obstacle?
Uh, I'm making a bigger change already. I don't need to change a lot. I've been changing a lot through the years to get where I'm at right now. But I just need to fix a couple little things, couple voices, couple extra coach that I was doing, couple little things, more focus. I'm working a lot with the UFC now. Like I have a podcast. I have a supplement company. I got a lot of things. But whenever it's time to a fight to get ready to a training camp, I need to focus more on the fight. Make sure I'm 100% in there. And yeah, but I don't think I need to change it much. I just need to adjust a little bit. My jiu-jitsu, I think, could be a little bit more sharper for this fight. Takedowns, couple mixing a little bit more. I think Jack Della Maddalena did a great job that I didn't feel as comfortable on my feet. That's one thing that I'm putting a lot of energy right now. Make sure my strike is on point and everything. So I think I don't need to make a big change. The change is not. How do I let me put that better? It's not external change; it's an internal change. I need
Mhm.
to think better, make sure who I'm surrounded with, who I'm listening. I think that's the biggest change.
Gilbert, these fighters, when they mention your name, does that make life easier for you? Or on the inside, does it make you more mad? Or does another gear come out in Gilbert Burns when he hears that? Or is life just easier? They did half of the work for you there.
Both ways. You kind of feel both ways because they do a little bit of work for me, so they put my name out there, so the fans are still even. I'm not fighting though, but the fans are still remember me. And but you only as good as your last fight. So in my last two fights, it didn't. I think I looked very good on the Madalena fight until I don't. And on the Bilal fight too, that was first round was okay, but then I got injury, so I didn't look good at all. So you just as good as your last performance, you know. And my last performance it didn't look good, so it's a little bit chip on my shoulder to go out there and prove to myself that even though I'm gonna be turning 38 in a little bit, I still healthy. I still like the highest level of this division, and I still got a lot in the tank, you know. So it's kind of like it's a pressure to me, but I like it that they put in a little bit of work, you know. And then I like both sides. I like they're promoting my name, my brand, and everything, but I still like that. Okay, they wasn't saying my name so much when I was in the winning color, you know. So I think they might think that they see something. So let's see when I'm back. I want to see. I want to prove these guys wrong too.
Gilbert, the other day, Edson Barbosa had said he'd want to fight for a BMF title. He feels like he kind of has earned that. And when I was thinking about you, I was thinking, well, Gilbert's kind of earned the right to do certain things, right? If the UFC matchmakers asked you, if they said, look, you've done a great job for us, you've been a great employee, put on great fights, you do deserve something. Uh, what would you pick as kind of like your perfect scenario of what maybe you feel you deserve? You know, like a place to fight, a time frame to fight, maybe a fight that you've always wanted that you never got. What would make you really happy?
That's a good question. For sure, I would like to fight for the BMF too, but I think the undisputed title that's the number one goal. You know, that's what keep me moving. That's what keep me interested in the sport because I do believe it still can be the best. Even though the age is coming, you know, but the age is just a number. Still feeling healthy, still training. The best guys out there have crazy high level competition at my own gym. You know, I train with one of the best guys there. But yeah, I think the if I could pick, I'll pick a title fight. You know, that's still the goal, the undisputed belt. That's the one I'm looking for the most. But BMF will be a second plane too. That will be. I was there in the UFC 300 and I saw like the crazy fight against two of the guys that I like very much as Max Holloway and Justin Gage, and the fight went crazy, legendary fight. Yeah, I wanna. Those are the three things that I want. I want to fight for the title. I want to win that title, BMF, and I want to have. I want to give more crazy memories to the fans. You know, I want to be in a couple more wars. And I know every time that literally that you go into a war, part of the night type inside of the cage, you leave a piece of you out there, but we all gonna die, you know. We all gonna
Mhm.
leave the whole piece under the earth. So why not leave a little bit on the cage on the octagon? So I wanna. Those are my three goals. I want to become a champion. I want to fight for the BMF title, and I want to have a lot of crazy moments. I want to leave so many crazy moments to the fans. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
What's the equivalent of BMF in Portuguese?
Uh, the translation is not. It's not. It gets a little crazy, you know, but because the badge is like Mao and Mother Earth is we didn't say a word like a curse word. We said the mom like we say like yeah. It's kind of like the same. He says the same thing.
Well, like for example, if you're in Brazil with your friends, you guys are having a few drinks, and someone goes, "Hey, tell me about the prospects in your gym," and so then you want to say, "Oh man, there's this new guy at the gym. He's a bad motherfucker." How would you
Yeah,
say that in Portuguese?
we will say he's a tough mother effer. That's how we're gonna say in Portuguese.
Well,
Durão, filha da mãe é duro.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
okay. Filio is son, right?
Son and mãe is mother. Like that's how we say it. Filho da mãe.
Filio de mine, doodle.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound as smooth as it does in English, right? I think it sounds better in English. Bad motherfucker. And you guys are saying Filio de mine, doodle, or I don't know. It doesn't sound as
They have
intimidating.
more, but that's how I would say. They they use the crazy cursing too. They go crazy in Brazil too, but
Maybe it's my accent because if I'm telling someone, man, that's a bad motherfucker, but I have to say it like you, ele é filho do man duro. I mean, it just doesn't sound like very
yeah.
intimidating, you know? I thought you were going to come up with something where I was going to go, oh shit, I don't want to run into that guy.
But English sounds like crazy when you say that
Sounds
in English.
tougher in
Sounds
English.
yeah.
Who do you think wins between Edwards and Muhammad?
That's a very close fight. I think Bilal Muhammad is very underrated. But he's a good striker. He can play both ways, offensive and defensive. Good movement. I saw his training there with Islam Makachev now, with Usman, with Umar. I think he's training these guys for a reason, you know. Khabib is coming close to help Islam finish the training. I think he's gonna grapple a little bit, you know. He's gonna make a dirty fight, be a little bit more on the clinch. We know in the striking fight, uh Leon Edwards is a little bit more precise, a little bit more clean, good punches, great kicks. I just think the way Bilal has a big chance. I think the fight is almost kind of like 50-50. But I think Bilal is going to be able to dictate the pace, you know, and we might see a new champion, but it's a very close fight. I'm gonna do my homework. I'm gonna watch more fights to do a nice kind of breakdown on my channel, but it's closer than people think. I think it's a very, very close fight.
If you win 2 or 3 in a row and somehow you find yourself back in a title shot, who would you want to be the champion? Have you ever thought, man, I want to take the belt from that guy, or just whoever's wearing the belt?
Whoever's wearing the belt, but I always want to get those rematches back. You know, I'm like, uh, I want to have that Bilal fight back. I want to have that JDM fight back, the Kamaru Usman back, the Hamza fight back. You know, I want to get those. I want to have the right to right those wrongs. You know, and make for sure make better decisions. No excuse. I lost to all of these guys, but I think I did a lot of good things, and with maybe a different approach, I can beat all of these guys. You know, that's the way I see it. So, uh, yeah, I think our rematch will be even better if it's a Bilal Muhammad or if it's Jack. That'll be even better.
I know this might sound like a ridiculous question, but do you enjoy your fights even if you come out on the losing end? For example, I really enjoyed Hamzat Shemaya fight. I think I don't know if exposed is the right word, but we found out more about him when he fought someone at a different level. We found out that he's got, a few deficiencies, pretty much like every fighter. Every fighter fights, does a lot of things good and then has a few deficiencies. So it was enjoyable. But see, you were the one who fought. You were the one that didn't get the hand raised. You were the one that maybe didn't get half your check. So it's just a general question. Do you ever just look back and go, man, that was still a fight I'm proud of, or I enjoyed somehow?
Uh, I got paid for that fight. You know, I got the win bonus, and then we got fight of the night. So financially was kind of good, but still a lot of people think nowadays still got messages that people saying that they thought that I won the fight. So uh, I like the fight, but I would love the fight if I have won the fight. Now I like the fight even more. But it was a good fight. But I was very mad that I lost that fight. You know, the way I lost, I think I didn't back then. I think I did enough to win that fight. I'm not crying about it. It is what it is. But now I can enjoy the fight a little bit more, you know. But yeah, back then I was very mad that I lost that fight. But the thing that I like, people still talking about that fight. So what is on my mind right now is to give more memories like that to the fans. You know, I think they deserve that. People are still gonna talk about the Max Holloway and Justin Gage for a while, like they talk about my fight with Hamza for a while. But I want to give more of that, you know. So that's what I'm planning to do in my next fight. That's why I need to get my body time to heal. I need to give my time to get a nice camp and to be able to deliver that, you know. And like I said, those are the three goals: deliver a couple crazy fights, BMF, and undisputed title. Those are the goals, you know. But when I lose, I don't get happy. When I lost the freaking fight, I get very mad. But eventually when I look, yeah, it was a good fight. Now I can enjoy it.
I always try and compare other sports to our sport. Like I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan. We lost the Super Bowl, so I was pissed, right? But like they just released the NFL schedule, they had the NFL draft. In a few months the season's going to start and I'm going to be right back in there. The same thing goes for your fans. Your fans love you, like my brother said,
Yeah,
because you go out there and fucking fight, man. You know what I mean? You lay it out on the line. What sucks is obviously it's the 49ers are going to play 17 games, playoffs, a lot of money and all that stuff. Fighters, they might fight twice a year, and if one of them's a loss, then that's 6 months where it kind of sucks. I just want you to know that as a fan of yours, I'm a media member, but I'm a fan of you. I really enjoy watching you fight,
thank you.
and I hope you get the fights that you want. I
Yes.
also agree with my brother. You put enough time into this sport where I think you can call some shots, even though there's a few losses. I mean, dude, like you're a name. When your name pops up, people get excited. We already know it's going to be a great fight. So hopefully you understand that, man. Whoever you're paired up
I
against,
do.
it's going to be a great fight. We wish you the best with these. You said minor injuries, so that's good, right? Minor injuries,
Yes.
nothing serious. You can get you
Nothing
said you can be
serious.
ready pretty soon.
Yeah, 3 more weeks. I should be super clean and ready to put on a show. Yeah.
That's awesome, Gilbert. All right. Well, yeah, like I say, it'll be great to see you fight at some point. I think
Thank
you
you.
even mentioned the Sphere. They're only going to do one at the
Yeah.
Sphere. You want to be on the Sphere,
I
you said, right?
I would love to be on the sphere. I think they're gonna put me a little bit early, but yeah, if they could put me on the sphere, I would love that.
Yeah. I always wonder what it's going to be with all those lights. And they said they only want
Crazy,
to do it
right?
one time, but I think it's because it's financially it's expensive. But I always
Very.
wonder what that's going to be like for the fighters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Think about if I go out there and put on a crazy historic fight, that would be like that was gonna be my goal, and that's why too. Sometimes I don't I know what you're saying about picking an opponent, and I'm thank you. I appreciate what you said, but sometimes they have a good plan, on a match make fight, Sometimes Shanshao said something, I'm like, oh, you sure? Then when you go there, it's a nice fight, So like that's why I know what you're saying about calling my shots, but sometimes I like the way these guys do too, They have a good style too, so and we'll see, but. On this field, be nice. I just believe they're gonna put a little bit of end of August. I think I'll be fighting.
I did have one more thing I wanted to ask you again, respectfully.
For
You
sure.
mentioned you have a great gym with great teammates. And of course, we all agree, there's been title challengers, the world champion. So I'm thinking Camaro, Vicente, yourself. I think it's Shavkat, I think is there. Um, Vicente, Luque. Are there also other fighters that we don't know about? Because I know that
Yeah,
obviously Ian Gary left and Camaro was in Colorado for a while. So are there other killers that we don't know that
yeah,
are making this welterweight room,
yeah,
pretty sick?
yeah. We have Michael Chandler there. We have Robbie Lawler. He's a kind of coach now, helping everybody. Helps me a lot. We have Jason Jackson, Bellator world champion
Ooh,
right
he's
now.
good. Yeah, he's good too.
Very, very good. We have Logan Storley, former interim Bellator champion.
Yeah.
We got Delano Taylor. He was in the finals of the PFL. We have um, we have so many guys out there, crazy Russians. Yeah, we have so many. I think we have good coaches such as Henry, Greg Jones, Saidi Sarapov. We have a couple of good coaches. And Robbie Lawler now stepping in as a coach, Nick Lane stepping in as a coach. But I just like the training that we have, the teammates that I have, Gregory Rodriguez, Vicente Luque, Jason Jackson, Logan Storley. I have so many great guys. If we're talking about wrestler, Logan Storley, striker, Jason Jackson, Vicente Luque. If he's we can look at every scenario and have a guy who have Jared Mearshart over there now, Jerry Gordon, he's a lot of great guys. So I like the teammates that I have. So we kind of get all around cover because we got boxers, kickboxers, grapplers, wrestlers. So very easy to keep the high level. But that's how I test myself too. Whenever I'm like have a little injury or just want to fight and I come back after 1 week or two and then training these guys, say, oh my God, I need to step up again, you know. So that's why I like that very much. Yeah, it's like that for real.
That was such a great answer that I got one more. Does it ever bother you or your gym that after all these years, American Top Team still seems to get a lot of that love of South Florida, when in reality, you guys have a lot of great killers, the athletes, the facilities, the coaches. Do you guys even think about it, or does it even bother you guys that
Mm,
that team is looked at, like it's a higher level? I mean, I don't know.
no, it doesn't bother though. They do a good job, you know. I live even closer from ATT than my house. I live like 30 minutes from ATT, maybe less, and I'm
Mhm.
like 23 minutes from Kill Cliff. But they do a great job, you know. They're way bigger. They have like the staff is ginormous. They have so many more coaches. They've been around forever. So a couple mistakes that we're still doing as a gym, they already did that for maybe 10 years ago. But they have champions there, you know. They have Pantoja is a champion. They have Johnny Ablin. They have Kyla Harrison that I think eventually is going to become a champion. Yeah, I think they do a great job. We do a great job too. It's just I like the guys. I have a lot of friends there too. You know, Pantoja is one of my friends. I have friendship with the coach there, Macahan, all the other guys. So no beef, you know. And then I'm a fan of Dusty Poirier. I like what these guys are doing. So I, we don't see that way, you know. We see we're doing good. They doing good too. But they been around forever. For sure, they need to have a little bit more shining and everything, you know.
Yeah. I want to thank you for the time today. It's always great to catch up with you and talk about so many different things. You're a vet and you're interesting to the audience. So I'm glad we could stay a few minutes extra and ask you these questions. But thank you very
For
much.
sure.
Our best to you for your health, to get the fights that you want, whether it's in August or September. And hopefully we can talk to you again soon later this year.
For sure. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Gilbert.